Bismillah, praise be to God. Terrorism, al-Halbun. This video is on behalf of the terroristic attacks throughout the world committed by some misled Muslims. I'm here to tell you as a Muslim since the 70s that there is no linkage, connection between terrorism and Islam, the religion, the belief system, the rituals. But the mainstream media won't tell you this. You see, our government contact news stations and give them headlines, titles, and storylines, exactly what to say. And they deceive the public about Islam and Muslims. The media coverage of Muslims is unfair and deceptive. Let me give you an example of how news use manipulation, which is a psychological tactic used to influence your thoughts and emotions to give the masses wrong impressions. You remember the Twin Tower attacks? 9/11? Well, the TV stations flashed the image of a handful of Muslims, about 10, destroying the American flag. Was happy about the attacks. Continuous coverage. Repeat exposure. But did you see 250,000 Muslims protesting against the attacks? No. They hid that coverage on purpose. An elaborate deception to form public opinions about Muslims. Well, hopefully, I can reform your opinions with the haqq, with the truth. We see how some misled Muslims, Talia Muslimina, commit suicide, anti-haram. Well, the noble Arabic Quran, the Muslim Bible, it says God is angry with them, cursed them, and prepared a tremendous punishment, hellfire. So there is no hero's welcome or martyrdom for those who commit suicide. Again, the Quran says in chapter 4:29, English translation, do not kill yourself. And the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the leader of the Muslim world, 7th century Arabia, English translation, he said, whatever object you use to take your own life, you will be punished with that same object again in hell, Jahannam. So Islam condemns and denounces suicide. Also, randomly attacking civilians and innocent people with knives, guns, vehicles. This is junun, madness, and ajalu, ignorance. The noble Quran says in chapter 6:151, come, I will rehearse to you what God has really prohibited you from. Take not life which God had made sacred. So if one is not fighting you, attacking you, then their blood is sacred, protected, and untouchable. So if you wrongfully take life, then that is a capital offense, and the Islamic Penal Code will apply to you. Life for life. A state-sanctioned capital punishment. Islam condemns the atrocities, the extremely wicked and cruel acts that the following organizations commit. From ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, Hezbollah, and Hamas. Islam do not support, allow, encourage, or sanction terrorism in any form. So those evil acts, Islam is free from them. The religion of Islam and Islamic law has consistently condemned the evil of terrorism, the killing of non-combatants. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he said about extremists and fanatics, He said, they are doomed. They are doomed. They are doomed. He repeated 3 times, which is a teaching style, reinforcing the importance of the matter, that fanaticism and extremism is an evil, that they will have a terrible destiny, a terrible end, a terrible fate. Islam tells the believers to be moderate and balanced Muslims and avoid extremism and fanaticism. Chapter 2, 143. Allahu Akbar. Which means God is the greatest. And finally, may God bless, protect, aid, and have mercy on the many Muslims who are being oppressed and terrorized that you do not know about. In India, Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. Please donate whatever you can to support my channel. The Cash App is here and the Zelle is here. My tag and ID for PayPal and Venmo is in the description section. God bless.